In this video, we take a look at the Inkbird IPB-16 PID controller, and that's coming up next. How's it going? My name's Brian. I'd like to welcome you to another video. If this is your first time here and you'd like to learn more about electric brewing, see product reviews just like this one, and all other home brewing related stuff, consider subscribing, and if you do, click that bell so you don't miss the next video when it comes out. So Inkbird has been known for quite a while for having different controllers for fermentation, for all other things. They recently came out with the IPB-16, and it really is an intriguing device that I wanted to take a look at. So I went ahead and purchased one because I had talked to you about it, and I wanted to find out what it was all about, run it through its paces, and then I got an idea to build a system based off of it. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. So it is a PID-based controller, and some of the specs on it are, it is, dimension-wise, it is 6 1/4 inches tall or deep, 6 inches wide, and 3 1/4 inches tall. So it's a pretty compact unit for everything that it does. It does have a 15 amp, 120 volt output on it for the element, and then it also has an alarm output that will take up to 8 amps according to the literature that I've read. I don't know if it'll take up to 8 amps for sure or not, but that's what the resistance is on it. So more on that later. There might be a mod that I do on that for that particular outlet. So stock standard out of the box, it is a pretty nice unit. It does come with a probe, and that probe is based off of a 3.5 millimeter phono jack, which is something like what would go into your smartphone. It is a RTD probe, and it is a PT100, which is a very common sensor in the electric brewing space. I mean, there's all different kinds of PT100 sensors. With regards to the RTD probe, it does come with a 6 foot 8 inch cable, so you have a pretty good distance to be able to attach it to your brewing equipment. As far as the power cord, it is a little bit on the short side. It comes in at 3 foot 6 inches. As far as controls on the unit, it's pretty simple. There's like 4 buttons across the front. There is a set button, there's a AT run button, and then there's a couple of up and down buttons. And those buttons are used to get into the menu modes, as well as change it from a hysteresis PID mode into a manual pulse width modulation mode. Temperature adjustments on the unit are made very simple. All you have to do is just push the up or down arrow to activate the adjustment, and then you can move through the tenths of a degree, 1 degree, 10 degrees, and 100 degrees by simply using the AT run arrow to move through those different columns in the temperature adjustment. Once you're done, all you have to do is just hit the set button, and you are ready to go. One of the first things I wanted to do when I got it out of the box was change it from the reading being Celsius in temperature reading to Fahrenheit. Now, if you're, somewhere that you use Celsius, then you might just leave that. But in order to change that setting, you're going to hold down the set button until you get into the menu mode, and then you're going to press it until you see the word unit across the front of the machine in the set value rating. And then you're going to press the up arrow to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and then you can simply press and hold the set button to bring you back to the main menu. Okay, so one of the things you might want to do whenever you get the unit is you might want to auto-tune it so that the system will understand what the properties are of your system. So in order to do that, you're going to want to get close to the set point that you want to be, like 148, 150, somewhere around there. Once you get to that point, you're going to hold down the set button until you see the menu. Then you're going to push it a second time for the OP menu. Then you're going to hit the AT run, and you'll see control and PID. All you need to do is just hit the up arrow, and you'll see AT on the screen. Then press and hold the set button again, and you'll see it begin to go into auto-tune mode. You'll see the AT flashing across the screen. It'll run through that cycle, and then once it's done, it will be auto-tuned. As I stated earlier, the unit does have 2 different modes that it can run in. A manual mode, which is a pulse width modulation, where it will turn the element on and off for a certain specified period of time. It also has the PID hysteresis mode, where it will actually apply heat based on the algorithm to hold a certain temperature. So if you want to switch between those 2 modes, if you have a system where you want to boil or whatever, and you want to run it in the pulse width modulation where you turn it on for a certain percentage, all you need to simply do is push the AT run button until the run light comes on, and then you're in the manual mode. Now, in order to adjust the settings, all you do is you hit the set button, and then you can adjust it from 100 down to 0 to shut it off. If you want to exit that mode, all you need to do is simply push the AT run button until the green light turns off, and then you're back in the PID hysteresis mode. Now, I did get the unit from Brew Hardware. It is available for cheaper on Amazon, I think about $78 at the time that I purchased that one. I did go ahead and buy it from Bobby over at Brew Hardware just because I wanted to support that business. And I also ordered some other things at the same time, and so I kind of combined everything for free shipping. But just to let you guys know, you can get it either place. I'll leave a link down in the description below for either one. As far as that alarm output, Bobby had a great idea over at Brew Hardware, and he does sell them with this modification. You can actually open the unit up and do a little bit of wiring change at a switch, and you can actually switch that second plug, which is the alarm plug, in an on-off manner so that you can control the pump as well. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that there was not a on-off switch for the element. And one of the ways you can kind of combat that, if you want to leave your element plugged in and turn the unit on and have everything ready, all you need to do is leave the RTD probe unplugged and the system will not fire the element at all. And then when you plug in the sensor into the 3.5 millimeter jack, the system will recognize the temperature, and then depending on what your set point is, it will actually turn the unit on. So that's kind of a quick way to turn off the element if you don't want to switch the whole thing off, but you can use the main switch as well. If you would like to see me mod this device and put a switch in there, just like what is available from Brew Hardware, please let me know in the comments down below. Again, thank you so much for your support. We did come out with some new shirts in celebration of our 3,000 subscriber mark. So those are available. I'll put a link down below. I appreciate everybody that's bought shirts, stickers, all that. Appreciate everybody that participated in the 3,000 subscriber contest. So again, thank you so much. And this has been Brian for Short Circuited Brewers. We will see you on the next video.